Boys, welcome back to another Brokowski's video. In this video, we got 4 must-sit players that are normally starters in your lineup, but this week they have terrible matchups and they don't have a great opportunity to succeed. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe. We're coming up with videos every week to help you win your fantasy matchup. And also, boys, make sure you hit that like. We're going for 100 likes on this video. And let's just get straight into it.
Our first must-sit player of the week is Myles Gaskin. Myles Gaskin was actually a start for us last week against the 32nd ranked Jets. It was a great matchup. He put up over 18 fantasy points. Did really well. This week it is not the same story. He's versus the number 2 ranked defense against running backs in the Carolina Panthers. It's a really bad matchup. The Dolphins seem to give him way less touches when they verse these good defenses. Also, he has receiving upside, but the last few weeks it has not been able to hit. He's averaging 3.25 catches over the last 4 weeks, and that's including a game with 6 catches. So he has receiving upside, but they haven't been giving him a ton of receptions. Gaskin's also super inconsistent this year. There's games that he pops, there's games that he gets almost no touches. We think this is going to be one of the games where he gets less utilized against the number 2 defense against running backs. We think it's going to be a terrible matchup, way less usage. If you have a good backup, we would highly recommend sitting Gaskin.
Our number 2 player on this list is Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette is such a good fantasy player that it's hard to bench him, but this week he does not have a good matchup. He's going against the number 1 defense against the run in the Indianapolis Colts, and it seems like in these close games against good defenses, the Bucs just don't give Fournette the ball that much. For example, against the Rams in week 3, he only got 4 carries. In the 4 games the Bucs have versus a top 10 defense, he is only averaging 10.3 fantasy PPR points a game. That is not that good. He has been getting more receptions than normal in the past couple games, but Giovanni Bernard is still the clear third down back. Leonard Fournette does not play a lot of third downs, and if you have a viable starter, it's so hard to bench Leonard Fournette, but if you have a starter on your bench, I would highly consider it.
And our third sit of the week is Hollywood Brown. This is another guy that's really hard to sit, but based if you have good backups, we would consider benching him this week. The matchup isn't great, plus he is still recovering from a thigh injury, which is not good for his style of play because he relies on explosiveness. He has been getting a lot of targets recently, but Lamar's been very inefficient. His catch percentage has not been great. We've also seen this with other receivers like DeAndre Hopkins and Mike Williams. When they try to play through these injuries, they just don't play a ton. Their fantasy outlook is really bad for the week, so we think it's a bit of a risky play. Plus, we think the Ravens are going to try to control the clock more this Sunday night, run the ball a lot, not throw a ton if they don't have to. So overall, if you have a good backup, we would consider benching Hollywood this week.
Our 4th and final must-sit of the week is Jeudy. Everyone was so excited for this guy to come back, but he just hasn't been amazing for fantasy. This week, he's going against the number 2 pass defense in the Chargers. If you look at the Chargers style of defense, they play 2 safeties, which mean they let a lot of yards to running backs, but they don't really let deep passes to wide receivers. The Broncos also have 3 solid receivers in Jeudy, Patrick, and Sutton all competing for targets, so the upside of Jeudy isn't super high. We expect him to not have a great game based on the matchup and how good the Chargers are against wide receivers.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, hit the subscribe. We're coming up with these every single week. Hit the like button and comment this secret word and we'll like and reply to your comment. Again, good luck in fantasy this week. See you guys next time.